woke it up, woke it, woke it up, woke it up, woke it up, don't woke it, woke it up, woke it up, woke it up, don't woke it. Don't woke it up. Don't woke it up. Don't woke it up. Don't woke it up. Don't woke it.
What is up? What is up? What is up? What is good, y'all? We are back this week with another episode of the AEW Dynamite review. Last night was the fallout to AEW Double or Nothing on Sunday, which was a spectacular pay-per-view with some good matches, an awesome main event, and which transferred us into last night's show with some good matches, some subpar shit on the show, which we'll get into, but other than that, we got an amazing main event promo from Mercedes and Tony Storm. We got a great opening promo from Hangman, Ospreay, and Swerve, and we got some more story progression with some other elements in the show that we're going to focus on in this episode of the Dynamite review today. Novi's got Novi, I think, and Novi and either Novi and Marcus or just Novi has something to do at around 8:30 Eastern. So it's not going to be a really short show today. But yeah, no. So but first, Marcus, how are you doing today, brother?
Fantastic. Abusing the new mic, the gimmicks.
Hey man, I paid $30 for this damn thing. I'm gonna use all $30 of it, you know.
Very fair, very fair.
No, I'm alright, man. I had fun with last night's show. The opening and the closing promos were fantastic. Josh Alexander and Brody King killed each other. Adam Cole, you survived last night, but we coming for that TNT Championship eventually.
Oh my God! Please talk! Please talk! Please talk! What the fuck? Like, this is travesty. This is
no.
Huh?
No, Deanna.
No Thunder Rosa either. No.
Devastating.
Whoa, wait. Now wait. That one we can. But
okay, Robo. Okay.
No Deanna.
Yeah,
Some bullshit, man. You know what I mean? Like it's
okay,
it's some real life bullshit that we got to go through on the week. Nah, but Novi, how are you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good. I really don't. Not much has gone on in the last couple of days. Just felt good. Hangman Adam Page got the big win. Got the Owen finals. Took it over that British motherfucker. We got his ass. Sent him packing.
No teas and crumpets for you.
We're gonna be riding with the cowboy come all in Texas. I'll be in the building cheering for my glorious Hangman Adam Page. Yep. So I'm very happy.
And there's something going on with you also.
I was about to say, it was also mentioned in the announcement of this show that today, and Novi also put out a statement on his Twitter account earlier today. So I'm going to ask Novi, would you mind addressing the announcement on the announcement of this podcast in your tweet?
I did happen to make a tweet.
Before we get started.
This will be my seek and destroy moment. This will be my Revolution 2023, 4? Which fucking the years are melting together.
It's four.
It's definitely 4. The years are melting together. I'm cooked. The road is destroying me. But no, work is changing. Work is getting very aggressive. So I'm taking the mental step to get out ahead of that. So we're having our seek and destroy moment. It'll be a great time. We'll go out with a bang. We'll talk that cowboy talk. And I do, Johnny, yes. I saw this in the chat. Yes, absolutely still be continuing. Those are Wednesday shows. That's my baby. That's my glorious live show. That's his live stream that Marcus was on this past week. Can't lose out on that. No chance.
We'll still be kicking it on the road.
Exactly. This is also make it clear. This isn't like a grand finale forever and ever. Could always do any kind of appearances. I was on a Raw review one time, so who knows what could happen. But yeah.
Well, no, Novi. at least we've appreciated you coming on the Dynamite review in the last few months. Really any review on the channel in the last few months, really, and kind of helping out, giving your takes, doing your thing on the channel. And I'm glad you've established, like, you became an established character in a short amount of time on this channel. So
I'm in the WrestlePierce universe now. I'm a part of it.
That 360 is forever, brother. Just remember that.
I couldn't get out of the deal,
Yeah.
just delaying.
We'll put you on a Legends deal. How about that?
Okay, we're getting a figure.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll get you a gold watch. That's for certain.
All right,
May not be real gold, but it'll be a gold watch.
as long as it looks it, it's fine by me.
There we go. Maybe some cheap champagne in the goodie bag.
Now hold on. You know, I like a little Merlot, a little white wine, sweet wine. It's good stuff. Maybe throw that in there.
We'll see. We'll talk to old boss man, but you know.
Jesus, man.
Well, we're on the budget here, all right? We do our thing.
It is what it is. But I'm glad we get to talk Hangman talk before I head out of here. It's a glorious day.
Oh, Bam.
Bam
We'll
said
send him out the
leaving
right
is by
way. Don't worry.
9/11.
Don't worry. We'll send him out the right way. He
God
may or may
bless.
not be back, but the deal's forever. He will forever be on the logs. A legend contract coming soon. Don't you worry.
Yeah, and also I appreciate all the love in the chat and on Twitter. This is very much appreciated. Made work go by fast.
Everybody,
Um,
send the hashtag.
Guys,
Thank you,
please.
White Boy Novi.
Thank you, White Boy Novi, the
Come
hashtag
on,
that
man.
we're going with. Guys, please remember to like the video. There's about 100 motherfuckers in here, but you know, I haven't even looked at the likes, and I know they're less than 30. So you gotta let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you do send your super chats. When you send your super chats, you can ask us pretty much anything. We're not going to be formally reviewing Dynamite this week. We're going to talk about the big points of the entire show. But yeah, like I said, when you send your super chats about anything on Dynamite, anything outside of Dynamite, it could be wrestling news, it could be rumors, it could be anything of the sort. But you guide the show with your super chats. So, with that being said, guys, let's get started with Novi's Last Dance and talk about the opening segment. The opening segment of wait. Actually, we got to start with something else because I kind of got to piss on Novi's grave right quick.
Oh no.
Thought it was gonna come with Haterade, Novi. I thought it was gonna come with Haterade.
These are false
I thought it
accusations
was
against
going
me.
to-
Very false. Very
Are
false.
they?
Oh, I thought it
I advocated for a position. That doesn't mean I believed it was going to be true. Now I've seen.
No.
I'm not a part of the hater community. I've seen what that community is. I'm good. Don't lump
Oh,
me
I was
in.
about to
So you're
say,
gonna
okay,
distance
I was about
yourself
to
after the
say.
fact. Okay, I see you.
I was
Yeah,
about to say because
I believed in a spirit. I believed in the direction of things, and then I knew it was going to come with Moneymaker. I knew it.
Hey, guess
You know
what?
what else is coming with? It's coming with Toxic Spider too.
It is coming with Toxic Spider. That's the fucked up part too, yo. They said, they told Novi and the hater hive. They said, not only are you losing to Mercedes at Double or Nothing, but you're getting a tech feud afterwards.
You know what the good thing about that is? I've never seen her work, so I don't have an opinion. We'll see how it goes.
Boy, do I have
man,
news for you.
No,
I
we'll
maybe
see.
have
We'll
seen
see.
her
We'll see
once.
how it goes. I'm interested to see how it goes, bro. Like,
I'm not gonna
not
shit
one
on
of
her
these
out the
many
gate.
people that are like, wait, what?
I don't want to like. There's so many people that are, they've seen her work in Stardom and stuff, and I get if you're not a fan or you think she sucks, whatever, that's fine. But this is a new location. This is a new spot for her. Give her a little bit of a shot. Have her work a match and see what happens. You never know.
Yeah.
Not saying it'll be infinitely better, but at least don't just say she's gonna suck ass out the gate. She looks cool as fuck. There's a pretty good chance she gets well over and has a good run.
Yeah, that probably happened. The last back half of her run was pretty bad. But as long as they reel in some of the worst instincts and they don't do the whole hit Tony Khan on TV thing, or they don't do the whole idol killer thing. More Donna Del Mundo, less hate Tekla as far as wrestling goes, and she'll be okay. She does look cool, and she'll probably get over because of that. And she does have the advantage of not a lot of people have actually seen her wrestle. so she's more or less starting with a clean slate. But
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
give it a chance.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a good point from AO. There's a lot of people who didn't like that work, and a lot of people who hasn't liked Mina. And a good comparison is maybe Julia. Julia Hart looks very cool, but she's not the best in there. Happens to the best of them.
Let's just hope she ain't Julia Hart in the ring. But anyway, like some
Julia
people are
has
just
her
meant to be
moments.
American TV wrestlers, and she might be that. Who knows?
That's also very true. Very true.
AO said everyone hated how Mariah May started work too. Let's just see how it works out. Yeah, no, like I'm very, like I said, I'm very interested to see how it works out with Tekla. But hey, man, Jamie, there's always next year. You're going to England next year, Jamie. So hey, maybe you'll get it. Maybe you'll do it next year. But right now, it's Mercedes' time to get the push that she's always deserved. But with that being said, let's get into this.
This
opening
narrative
segment,
has to
bro.
come to an end. I'm addressing
What
this.
happened?
This narrative has
What
to come
happened?
to an end.
What narrative?
The
What narrative, buddy?
unpierced narrative, the Fortune 4 narrative that Jamie Hayter bad is crazy.
Well,
Oh,
well,
no,
hold on.
I've never said Jamie Hayter bad.
We need to distinguish
her-
the two better.
her
We need to
fan
distinguish
base.
these things. Yeah, but there's a lot of fan bases that fucking suck. It happens.
Well, hers in particular, and she happened to get in the way of the motion. You ain't stopping this motion, so she was just a casualty of war. But the war is over. The war has been fought.
Exactly.
We
We
can
have to
piece
sign
it
a
up and
peace
shake
treaty.
hands.
Exactly. We need to sign a treaty on Jamie Hayter now. She put in a hell of a performance on the pay-per-view, had a fantastic match. It was always come a moneymaker. Let's let her be now. Let's have her rock. She's a great wrestler.
I would like to apologize for the Tina Marie comparisons. Not really, but the war's over. So in the
You
sake
believe them
of
in the
honest
moment. Don't
competition-
apologize. Don't be fake.
I
You
said this
meant
for the
that.
sake of honest competition. I was just gonna play my role, and now everything's over.
Y'all buried Jamie after she lost. Oh.
It bees like that. Sometimes you gotta get out.
There you
Exactly,
go.
Ayo. Thank you. She was in the way of this money train. She got ran the fuck over. It happens.
The
Right.
money train is always gonna, it's never gonna stop. It's like the GTA train. You're just not gonna be able to stop it. That's fine.
Good news for Jamie is she got an immediate feud afterwards, and she got a live promo, and
Well.
she got smoked afterwards. 2 seconds in, but she's back on TV. She's doing something. She's not wrestling Saraya. I mean,
Yeah,
do a lot worse.
could be worse. It's a great point.
Let's do this. I got the whole thing right in front of me, so let's get into this opening segment. Hangman kicked off the show. He addressed his victory over Will Ospreay on Sunday. Amazing match, great match. Probably a match of the year candidate. Definitely a match of the year candidate. I wouldn't be surprised if people had it as their match of the year. But Novi has it as his match of the year. But Dynamite kicked off in El Paso, Texas, with Hangman Page kicking off the show, addressing his victory at All In. He even expressed gratitude to Ospreay for pushing him to the limit, and he highlighted the transient honor of holding the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Championship, returning in anticipation of crowning a new champion next year. He then redirected his focus towards the AEW Championship. And this was my favorite part. I listened to this promo earlier today. He goes, I vow I will open that briefcase. I will pull the AEW World Championship from that briefcase. I will hold it high, and I will go around and defend it proudly as the proud fighting champion that Hangman Page is supposed to be. And that was fantastic. But then all of a sudden, Swerve Strickland's music hits. Swerve interrupts Hangman, comes down to the ring. Basically, he's just like, yo, look, bro. All right. We both won on Sunday night, but there's some shit we got to talk about. And Swerve plays the video package, plays the video from a month ago after Dynasty when the Young Bucks showed up on Dynamite and basically said, we did it for Hangman Page. and basically he plays the video package where they go, we did it for Hangman Page. Swerve asks, he says, yo, you better not fucking lie to me, because like I'll kill you. What in Roblox? What did you like? Did you have anything to do with the Young Bucks screwing me over at Dynasty. Hangman says, no, I had absolutely nothing to do with it. Will Ospreay comes down to the ring after the fact. He said, no, he said, if I wanted to screw you out of the AEW World Championship, I would have done it like I did it before, referencing All In last year against Danielson. Then, Will Ospreay came down to the ring. And Ospreay came down to the ring. He was basically like, look, man, I appreciate the match that we had on Sunday. And he's like, looks at Swerve. He goes, you're my man's, bro. You took care of me. You're my big brother. You've been my big brother since we started in this business. But look, he said, hey, man, it's not me. It's not you. It's him. And he pointed at Hangman Page. He said, it's him. And he basically was just like, you, me, and him need to work together to finally take down the Death Riders. And that's when Swerve didn't even let him get anything else out after you, me, and Hangman. He slaps the microphone out of his hand, and he basically goes, I will, and you can hear him. He doesn't say it into the microphone. You can hear audibly through the camera mic. He yells, I will never work with him. I will never trust him. You will never get me to trust him. You don't know me. And he exited the ring. So that was great. I enjoyed that. I know Novi, you said you had some differing opinions on this opening segment.
One would say the Hangman part of the promo, beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted out of the Cowboy. It was inspired. Felt like he was determined. We were leaving all of the sad stuff in the past. He's the guy. He's committed to it. He knows it. And Swerve Strickland comes out. And I have a lot of issues with what Swerve Strickland was talking about there, because I think presenting Swerve like he's oblivious to the footage we all watched and just didn't watch it himself is kind of silly. And the last time that we saw Swerve and Hangman interact, Swerve acknowledged that he did wrong to Hangman too. This feels like a step back for Swerve the character. And I understand you could kind of blame that on him losing to Mox, but that's not exactly how he's been presented the last, I don't even know how long it's been since then, but the last little bit since that moment. I think it's a little interesting to present him like that, when I think he's always been a very smart wrestling character. He's always understood these complex emotions, and him going on screen and not doing that felt off to me. And then Ospreay comes out. He's not, I don't hate when Ospreay does it all the time, but there is that part of me that doesn't enjoy what's the feeling, bro? We're the feeling. It's not, and this wasn't even him saying that, but it's that general premise about like them being the guys and addressing that. That's the kind of thing I'd like for just people to infer themselves, to say this out loud by watching the promo rather than having Ospreay say it in the ring. And I get, Ospreay is smart. He's online. He doesn't hide that in his wrestling.
And never one for subtext. I'll put it that way.
Never one for subtext. Very true. But I think a little subtext would have been nice here. It would have been nice to have some random tweet go huge, like blow up, that says, the three things that they kind of describe themselves as. It's just some of the direction I didn't love. I do like how it's set up for All In, the road to All In, where, Swerve will have to kind of deal with the past to move on, to support Hangman in his quest to win the title. I'm assuming that both Ospreay and Swerve will come out to help Hangman in that match. And I'm appreciating that they're having a second to get there. But I felt like this was a step back from the feud that Hangman and Swerve were already having, and the acknowledgement that they last had on TV, which I absolutely adored. So yeah, I'm not even saying it was a bad promo. It's good direction, and I enjoyed watching it. But there's just some parts of it where I question. Feels like we could have understood these characters and their dynamics a little bit better.
I'll say it like this. Well, I'll address the Swerve part. I thought it made more sense in the context of beefing with a nigga for 2.5 years when you've doxed each other and one got their house burned down and you've tried to kill each other. We'll do crazy things to your mental state. When he comes out, a lot of that is before he ended up losing at Dynasty, and then he did come out there, and for a split second he was probably going to do something to Swerve, and then he just decided not to. We don't know that, and then he openly says, "No, I wasn't going to help Swerve." Blah blah blah. And now Hangman has a title shot, and Swerve out here looking crazy. So from his point of view, it's like, damn, ain't this some shit?
Yeah.
So of course he's not going to be the most trusting person in the world. So it's not like illogical, but I get what you're trying to say though. As far as the Ospreay thing, he's always been he's never been one for subtext for anything. We kind of and this is one of those stories where we all know what it is. So them saying it, I don't mind too much. Hey man, oh my god, his whole promo was absolutely beautiful. That man came out there and established off the rip, he is the guy. He came out there like Kobe, job not finished. Y'all can have this belt. I'm never gonna defend it. There's gonna be a new champ next year. It's time to go get the belt. Actually, we'll be able to defend and we'll actually be able to hold. And he laid out all the reasons why it was so important to him. It was so important for the fans to see that damn belt again. It's a beacon of hope, beacon of competition, passion, compassion, being a good person with that championship. And I like how the camera immediately when he started doing it, they pan right to the AEW logo on the ring. Like, this is what it's about. This is the mission. We got 7 weeks to get the Ospreay, Swerve, Hangman stuff together. But I like that all three of your top baby faces are intertwined, and they have their own personal issues with each other. We all know Swerve and Hangman, and Ospreay as the neutral party who's lost to both of these men with championship implications on the line. He's like, yo, I get what y'all saying. I get y'all personal issues with each other, but it's bigger than that right now. It's for the greater good of the company. So either we piece it up or we fail, because he explicitly noted they have one shot at this. Just one. Either we win it all in, either Hangman gets it done, or it's never happening. Yep. So piece it up now, or we'll see what happens in over the next 7 weeks, or we got to get on the same page, period. Like, this is just what it is. Gotta put all your shit aside.
It was interesting too, because the way they presented this promo, like this entire segment, I know they've done this before, and I'm probably digging myself a hole that I'm gonna lose out on. But you can't have a promo segment like this and hang or lose. You can't. This, like, you're not just like shitting on Hangman's character at that point. You're not just shitting on Hangman like the wrestler. All three of these guys look dumb if they come out to help them and they can't finish the job. It's one of these things we're going to talk about a lot heading into All In. There's going to be a lot of discussion on this. I'm sure everyone believes one or the other, but it's so obviously time. You feel it every time, and I get sticking to a plan, but it gets to a point,
Yeah, but if Hangman is winning, I will say they're doing a pretty damn good job of making you believe there's a real 50-50 opportunity at this, and there's real sense of tension. There's real danger on the line if things don't work out the way that we all want it to in Texas. Which I personally do believe he's going to win. I do believe he's going to get it done. We got 7 weeks, and there's some unresolved shit between our three baby faces here. Yeah. So either we piece it up, or we don't. May even have to fight it out. May have to work together. Maybe they end up getting stuck in the blood and guts match, and they end up losing because they don't get on the same page, and then we have to figure the rest out afterwards. Or we get a big trios match or something like that against the Death Riders down the line, and same scenario. Or they do end up getting on the same page. Who knows? But it's gotta happen.
Yeah, time will tell. I do think that this was definitely necessary, though. I understand Novi's point of view about the segment, definitely, but I do think that this was necessary to tie up the loose ends. What they're doing with this storyline is what WWE has not done with a lot of other storylines, which is tie up loose ends. And that's something that AEW, while they're not, I'm not going to say they're the greatest or the best at it. They are the best. Right now, they are the one promotion tying up loose ends in wrestling right now in America. They're very good at doing this. Like, they didn't have to do the segment that they did last night. They could have just had Hangman come out and be like, well, thanks everybody for supporting me in my win, and hope I win it all in. But they brought out Swerve to address it, and they brought out Ospreay to try to bring out that extra element of Ospreay being the one to get Swerve to help Hangman. So I did enjoy that opening segment. I also think that I'm also very interested in the direction of Ospreay and Swerve going into Dynasty now. I mean, not Dynasty, going into All In now, because I'm mad confused on what they could do. It seemed like we were getting Swerve and Hangman versus the Bucks for like the last 2 months, ever since that incident at a Dynasty happened, and it looks like they've changed their mind now. So we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, that kind of feels like one of those things. I mean, he was talking about it on Worldwide this Monday. This decision shook up a lot of things on that card. I think we're all, you watch the TV from last night, you're feeling they're still trying to figure some stuff out and how we're going to get to certain places. That's why I felt like TV last night felt like a lot of like we're setting the groundwork. We're not, we're just beginning these things. I think we'll get to that direction. Marcus, you thought maybe there'd be something with these two, right? At All In, you proposed maybe an idea.
Yeah, maybe they don't really beat up, and eventually you just have to fight it out. And Ospreay and Swerve 2 happened.
Mm-hmm. One of these TVs, yeah, TV specials.
TV specials, either Summer Blockbuster. Firefest is next week, so that's not going to happen there. So Summer Blockbuster will be the one I maybe do that on the TV special, or a little bit, or like 2 weeks before the pay-per-view, or just put it on pay-per-view altogether. Because what is Ospreay going to do with the show?
Yeah, there's a lot of ideas for William Ospreay at that show that don't inspire me. Like everyone, there obviously the big one that people keep talking about is AJ Styles. We probably would have heard something by now, guys. I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't envision this in our future. Unfortunately, it would be great. I would love it.
Is if because I watch TV, if AJ wasn't getting booked frequently on TV, then it would make me think otherwise. But like you know what I mean? But WWE nowadays, they still don't they don't really do that anymore. They don't like freeze somebody and take them off of TV if they're like letting them if they're leaving. Like they didn't freeze out Ospreay and keep him off TV. I mean Ospreay, fucking Ricochet. Sorry, same. They're so similar. CT, they're so similar in wrestling. But like I said, Ricochet. They didn't take Ricochet off of TV. They basically kept Ricochet on TV till they killed him off with Braun Breaker, and he was off for like a month. So like it's very interesting to me to see what they do, to see what Ospreay is going into All In doing. I would love for it to be AJ, but right now his booking is not telling me that it's going to be AJ. So we'll see. Let's see what else happened on Dynamite last night. Trios match. It was a mixed trios match between Mark Briscoe, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Willow Nightingale versus Gabe Kidd, John Moxley, and Marina Shafir. I liked this affair. I even thought Marina Shafir did decent in this affair. As bad at wrestling as she is. I still thought she did good in this match, is playing her role. Yeah, like she's good in playing the role that she's in. So, but with that being said, it was very interesting to see the interactions between Gabe Kidd and Mark Briscoe. I cannot wait for that match. Because listen, while Gabe Kidd's America resume might be a little wonky,
it ain't great.
Wonky is very kind.
Hey man, look, yo, that those Mania weekend matches, Jesus Christ. But
those Ishii matches.
While those oh boy.
They don't want to tell you about that.
That Ishii match, Jesus. But yeah, no, like I said, while like his match with Ishii, I rewatched it. I thought it was fine. I didn't like it at first. So I was just like, yo, what is happening? I'm talking about the 30-minute Iron Man. I was like, yo, what is happening in this match? And then I rewatched it again and I liked it. But Mark Briscoe always brings the best out of everybody. So I'm not surprised if that's a good match. So and then we got Mike Bailey and Moxley interactions, Mike Bailey and Gabe Kidd interactions as well. It was very, and then Willow Nightingale, bro. Willow Nightingale was really over. She's really over. It's amazing to me how she still hasn't received any sort of push besides the one that she got last year, before she literally had to drop it to Mercedes immediately. Like, it's kind of surprising to me, bro.
Yeah,
but hey, Mike Bailey fucking rules, bro. Mike Bailey is the guy that like you can literally plug into anything. He's the perfect signing because he's great at wrestling, right? So if somebody gets hurt and you need a last minute replacement, Mike Bailey it's not fucking Dustin Rhodes. It's not Dustin Rhodes as the last minute replacement of World's End 2023. We can now use fucking Speedball Mike Bailey as a last minute replacement. So, and that's, I'm not saying that's his role, obviously, but I'm saying he can be plugged into that role. But yeah, no, this match was fun. It was a very fun intergender affair. And then afterwards, of course, the Death Riders came out. The rest of them came out at least, and they started doing their usual bullshit. So, yeah, no, this was very fun. What did y'all think about this match and the entire affair? Meaning the interactions and so on and so forth.
I'll take this one. So, as far as the match goes, I thought it was a whole lot of fun. It was in front of a really hot crowd that cared about him. So, for AEW's babyfaces, they're in a really, really good place right now. It's just imagine 7 months ago, we were in hell watching fucking John Silver doing Nunchuck bits in outside the damn arena. We were watching Dark Order begging Orange Cassidy to please do something about this, and Daniel Garcia fighting for his life trying to be the damn mascot. Now we have Mark Briscoe, who everyone adores, and he just brings so much passion and so much joy. And Speedball, who is the best utility player in the company currently going, where he can do these singles matches on pay-per-view. He can do these trios matches. He can do 8-mans, 10-mans. He can do mid-card stuff, tag team stuff. He can do everything. He's explosive as hell. He's like Lou Williams. He's like goddamn
Right.
Peyton Pritchard this year. He's like Nas Reed. He's like every great 6-man out there. Just put him in the game. He's dropping 20, no matter what. And of course Willow. She's the most over woman, maybe the most over person in the entire company. Every time she's out there, people love her. She's tough as nails. She's lovable, but she doesn't take any shit. So her being the perfect foil for Marina helps Marina as well, and she did a good job. Speedball and Moxley interactions were actually pretty fun because Moxley just got the shit kicked out of him the entire time.
That's
And
hilarious.
he did the whole Okada thing where he just fed all those kicks like straight up with his face or his chest, like nothing in between.
Yeah.
And he took the brunt of them shits. That was great. Gabe Kidd looked like Minnie Mox with his attire last night, which was very funny. And I'm gonna talk to you.
The problem was it was too big for him.
Yeah, it's like the kid that was in the store wearing buying the damn jeans that was like 2 sizes up and shit.
Yeah, his belt was like maxed out, dude.
It's like, Gabe, just wear the trunks, buddy.
Yeah.
Wear the trunks.
Still
Hey,
just
we're gonna
fucking
talk about Gabriel Kidd. We're gonna talk about British Chet Hanks real quick. Don't grab Willow's hair like that, buddy. He was kind of wild in that match a little bit. They can spin off Willow too, bro. What are we doing?
Call that heat. I don't know.
I would like to no sell the, yeah, he was doing his thing, allegedly. But hey, bro, I will catch you. We will catch you.
John Moxley was there.
The craziest part about all of this was, right? I'm watching this match, but I only really remember 3 things. Gabe Kidd's funny attire, which made me laugh very hard because he still had his boots on. That popped me huge.
Why is he wearing the boots?
Don't know why I was wearing the boots, but fuck it. Let the guy rock. Willow Nightingale is undeniable and should, get a major focus in the back half of this year. She is still so over and beloved by this crowd. She always has been. She always will be. I think Mercedes is winning it all in. She needs to be the one to defeat her. I think that's becoming clearer and clearer. And she also needs to get back on Mox. It's not been enough. I need more. There's not just, I need a pounce. I need power bomb. I need something. And it just haven't gotten it yet. And then 3, there's something about Speedball Mike Bailey that just,
I'm surprised they didn't pay that off last night. The babe with the powerbomb.
I'm very surprised as well. I think they're saving it for something, but I don't know. Speedball Mike Bailey is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. Like TV wrestlers specifically, I would say, because there's a lot of great wrestlers out there, but TV wrestlers, like you said, Marcus, doesn't matter where you plug this guy in, he's going to give you at least a 3 1/4, like 3.5 match, which is very good for TV matches. He brings so much energy. The crowd is so invested in him already. I was saying this before he debuted. I said it the week he debuted, I came on the show. I said a lot of people are going to be surprised by how quickly he becomes a beloved character in this company. And look what happened. He's
He got over
beloved.
so quickly, he got put into a title match on pay-per-view they wasn't supposed to be in.
Exactly, and he fucking killed that match too. He's incredible. I get his style isn't for everyone, but he is a special talent.
And his theme music good. Cry for everyone who said it wasn't.
It's groovy. I don't like the lyrics, but I don't hear them all that much. It's just it's nice to
They
listen to.
remind me of like a 90s video game, or like those old like early mid 2000s like cartoons where the
Mhm.
rap's kind of corny, but like it basically is just raps the synopsis of the damn show and just raps the what Speedball Billy does.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. His gear rules too for anyone who like cares about Bellatrix and stuff, and like that whole story going into AEW, how he just was keeping him away. That's why he wasn't signed with the company earlier, because he was just busy on Bellatrix. Happens to the best of them. But yeah, he fucking rules. He killed it last night. He was the star of the show, of that match. So shout out Speedball. I hope he wins the singles mid card title this year. Those TV defenses would be money.
And shout out Commander for that run, and that shit was hard.
Bro, Commander came out in the sickest gear I've seen all year. Like at least top 10 sickest gears I've seen all year. Just doing his shit. He just appeared out of nowhere. It was fucking awesome. Shout out Commander.
Out of nowhere, did his dive on Claudio, sitting up there, just previewing their match on Collision for the International 4-Way qualifier. Like, it was a really good run-in. Like, everyone was involved. Like, I like that little thing where babyfaces that aren't even involved in the program, really, they still help the babyfaces. Because usually you think, is someone backstage going to help? Is someone just, did everyone just go home to the hotel or just go on the road or something? The Commander was like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna do my dive. I'm gonna see you Saturday, Claudio. What's happening? We ain't gonna interfere in this match. This will be won the right way, buddy.
They want to help because fuck that guy, and that's good enough reason for me. I have no problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, heels win because they kind of had to. They spent the last month just kind of getting their asses kicked, or at least getting actual comeuppance for the first time in forever.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a lot
weight.
of them getting a lot of heat going into All In because they have to be rebuilt back up into unstoppable monsters to conquer. So that's they're setting you up for that.
Be on the lookout. There'll be more wins than what you're used to.
There'll be a lot of bulldog choking.
A lot of it. A lot of it.
A lot of bulldog chokes. Y'all know Moxley got to get his shit in. If Moxley's losing at All In, then yo, you might get a bulldog choke a week, nigga. It don't matter what show it's on. It might be Collision, it might be Dynamite, but you're getting a bulldog choke a week, nigga.
He pulling up in that theater thug fit too. You know what it is.
You ask Tony, so how am I losing to Mox tonight, Tony? And Mox just looks at you and he goes, "You ever heard of a bulldog choke? You ever heard of getting the life squeezed out of you, buddy?" Well, that's yo. When Mark Briscoe when he put that fucking choke on Mark Briscoe, I was like, brother, fuck. You can't just pin people no more, bro. You gotta protect everybody. Listen. I get the notion in wrestling that passing out is protection, but it's not protection when it happens to everybody, bro. It's not protection when it happens to everybody. The passing out spot was meant to protect certain wrestlers and the effect that they can't be pinned. And these people cannot be pinned and they cannot tap out because they have a certain reputation of not really like not that they didn't lose, but like you know what I mean. Like if you were choking out a babyface, you wouldn't have a babyface. Yeah, right. Like you wouldn't have a babyface tap to a fucking rear naked choke. You just have them pass out. So
yeah.
It's like some of you niggas need to look up at them lights or put that hand down. Not all y'all need to be protected.
Yeah. A lot of people should be taught that lesson.
But I'm afraid it'll be bulldog choking. He's the world champion. Enjoy the ride.
This was interesting. This is a very interesting part of the show. I'm not talking about that no DQ tag match. That was pretty bad.
Shout out Harley Cameron.
Shout out to the women involved. They tried.
That shit needed hard way blood to even make it watchable.
Like the only thing that we got was like Harley Cameron fucking her nose up and whatever. Like we didn't really get too much like what we should have got last night with that, man. It was not as good as the other ones that Anna Jay has had in AEW, bro.
Yeah, not a great match. Not a great match. I'm not gonna fire away on Megan Bayne for one bad match or anything like that, but I'm noticing some trends about the way she's being booked right now, and I don't love it. So
I'm just glad that feud's over and then she can move on to other shit. That's pretty where I'm at.
yeah, I'd like her to do something big.
Exactly, Marcos. Every match is Brett and Austin in WrestleMania 13. If the nigga's not bleeding, then he's sweating or fucking drooling while taking a bulldog choke. And you got to sit there. You just have to sit there and watch this man go to sleep as Mox is bulldog choking him. And you're just like, why am I here? Why am I here? What am I doing?
Like, brother, if you don't take that damn Death Rider and get pinned 1, 2, 3.
Right, like, come on, bro. Like, you telling me Mox didn't have to Death Rider fucking Orange Cassidy and put Orange Cassidy just pinned tons of time. Well, not really. He has that was something that was crazy to learn, that Orange Cassidy hasn't lost that much. But then again, nigga, it's Orange Cassidy. Pin that nigga.
Like, it's Cassidy, okay. Huh? Not everyone has to lose in that fashion, bro. Just look at the lights. It's fine.
Shout out to Orange Cassidy. Get well soon, though. Get well soon.
Come back better.
Ricochet cut a promo last night in a wait. What did Novi say? Wait, what did you say?
Come back better. This is double meaning. Double meaning.
Ricochet last night basically said, you know, everybody's got their groups around here. Everybody's got their groups, their cliques, their stables, their factions. Sounds like Ricochet needs a group. And Novi, Marcus, what did Ricochet continuously repeat during his promo? He said, I need a crew.
He wasn't talking about groups. He was talking about crews.
I need a crew of niggas to run with. I need a crew of guys who think the same way that Ricochet do.
Christo made a good point last night about this. Christo made a very good point about this. If you're not ready and willing to look like the biggest fucking dork in wrestling, we don't want you. We don't want you. And guess what? The crew, that's a pair of two dorks right there. They're perfect.
Guys, the biggest thing about heel factions that you guys have to realize is that heel factions have henchmen. Guys, there are always when you watch cartoons, right? When you're a kid, or when you watch any sort of fucking superhero anime, whatever the case may be, with its heroes and villains, the villain of the story always has these henchmen grunts that always get beat up, that are never useful. They're useful, but they're not useful in certain spots, and they're always getting beat up, and they're always getting shit on, and so yes, the crew would be perfect guys for that. Bro, Leo Rush has already lived that life for Bobby Lashley. When Leo Rush was Bobby Lashley's hype man, all niggas used to do was touch on Leo Rush. No, that's all niggas used to do.
What you mean by that, Rob?
You know what I mean, nigga. They used to violate that man.
There's also violate that man. Program. People are talking about Big Shotty and Blake Christian for the group as well. I've seen some of that. Also a couple of dorks, so you know.
I wouldn't mind that at all. Especially if you want to do something with Lee Johnson, like putting him in that spot would be really dope. And Blake Christian is the dork of all dorks.
Why everybody saying whoa? We watch the same thing.
Y'all seen it, right? We don't talk about that stuff. We a family program. It's not what Rob means. Say no. Niggas used to do some shit to Leo. It is what it is.
You guys always read these things. Come on, guys.
So yeah, bro. I want it to be crew, but I feel like it's not gonna be crew. I feel like it's going to be somebody else. I wanted Ricochet to have a group with Seidel and one other nigga. I forgot his name. It was a cruiserweight flippy nigga, but I just don't remember his name. But
Seidel's too cool. Can't be around.
Yeah, Seidel's too cool. Ricochet's too over his heel right now, and we could always get that later on down the line. You know, so
yeah.
Wardlow is definitely doing nothing. Oh, thank God! Oh my God!
The real big thing is seeing where this Danny Garcia thing plays out, because Wardlow might be on his way back at some point.
That shit said damn Garcia.
Oh God, please, bro, please.
Y'all
Listen, bruh. This Wardlow experiment, bruh. Y'all gotta let it go, bruh.
Yo, Cedric
is
Alexander is a dork too. He could belong in this group.
Cedric Alexander, that is true, and Cedric Alexander and Ricochet have been tag team partners before. So, bro, my thing with Cedric Alexander though is, bro, you got to get in shape, my nigga. You can't be running around this motherfucker.
He looks a
You
little
having matches
better.
with Mike Santana on the Indies, and you
That boy was gassed.
after an opening, bro. After an opening sequence, this nigga, and that's not me making fun of him. Obviously, guys, it's not me making fun of him. It's not me shitting on the guy. It's not me fat shaming the guy. I'm a fat nigga. So I don't care. Like obviously, but the point is, the main point that I'm getting at is, bro, like. Cedric, you want all these opportunities you keep talking about on Twitter. My brother. Never mind. I'm not gonna go that far. But you gotta
Cedric looked
You
good.
gotta
And
know.
he had a match with Andrew Everett pretty recently on DPW. He looked good in that match. It's the only time I've ever seen him, so I can't speak on like how he looked versus Santana. But yeah, he does need to get in a little.
You know what it
better
is? You know
shape.
what it is with Cedric Alexander Novi? The problem is Cedric Alexander is not bad in 2025. Cedric Alexander is just out of shape, bro. Everything he does, he can still do everything he used to do. He's just doing it at 0.5, 0.75. I noticed that in the Dragon Lee match he had a couple years ago. He could still do everything he was doing. Not everything. Maybe not everything. But he was still doing 90% of the stuff he could do on 205 Live. And it's just that he's just not in the right shape right now to have to be on anybody's TV main eventing a fucking show. My
Yeah,
nigga, yo, the match against Mike Santana, like I said at House of Glory, wasn't a bad match. It was just that Mike Santana was clearly leading that match.
Yeah,
when you got the reputation already, then you don't. Then it's hard to shake that. Plus, if you're a guy who's like 35 not in shape, and we've already got guys who are 29 in really good shape backstage, not doing anything of real significance right now.
Ricochet with
in?
Gates of Agony.
Nope, too
doesn't
cool.
fit.
Too cool. Gates of Agony, too cool. Too tall. Sorry.
Yeah, they don't. Gates of Agony. You know who Gates of Agony fit with? They fit with Brian Cage. They don't fit with a Ricochet. Their perfect fit was with Brian Cage. Their fit is not with Ricochet.
Yeah. Also, yes, Max, shout out My World. Good match with Tyon.
Yes.
But yeah, no. So I can't. I hope it's the crew though, bro. That the Leo Rush and Ash and Andretti deserve an opportunity to do something, and it can actually heat them up so they can start coming out to. Because that's another thing too. I talked to Crystal about it, and Crystal was like, "Oh man, but you would have to heat them up though first." And while that may be true, I feel like just from accompanying Ricochet to the ring, the crew could get some heat. Like it could trickle down. It would be trickle down heat. It could trickle down to the heat could go from Ricochet to them just for them being around Ricochet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I mean,
them by themselves
genuinely.
is they're good, but like they don't look all that menacing, and
Exactly.
their actual strengths don't really look all that
Right.
don't really pop out as much. So put them next to a heat magnet like Ricochet is a much better use of them. So
Yep.
just put them together. I think you'll create some really good stuff out of them. You'll get the best out of them as a team. And those trios matches with Leo and Ricochet and them type of minutes, shoot, I'll be there.
Exactly. You know what works best, bro? The crew work exactly how Ricochet worked. They all do the exact same moves. You know what I mean? Like they all do flips. They do the same shit they did as baby faces, bro. Some people could learn from that. You know, I mean, I don't know who could learn from that. Lee Moriarty. But hey, you know.
Man, must be the pollen here.
So, man, I couldn't. Damn. Exactly. You got the Ops versus the Frat House. The Frat House caused some controversy last night. Little bit of controversy last night. Get top flight to study exactly. But yeah, no, we got some discourse last night, y'all. The Frat House was out there to job to the Ops, which is Samoa Joe, Shibata, and Powerhouse Hobbs. And the Frat House came out on Dynamite and did their shtick that they've been doing on Ring of Honor for a long time, man. And people were not happy. People were not happy about this, Novi.
They They weren't.
Why-
they should grow
why
the
were
fuck
people
up.
not
That's
happy
the
about
problem. They should grow the fuck up. Not every person that comes out on Dynamite needs to be Will fucking Ospreay. Sometimes they can just suck and lose in 3 minutes to Samoa Joe, Katsuyori Shibata, and Powerhouse Hobbs. It doesn't have to be this fucking deep. Everyone's just crashing out and crying over a fun gimmick that's like, it's silly, it's playful, and 3 guys who fuck or dog shit in the ring. But it's funnier that way. It's funny that these 3 frat guys fucking suck. It popped me. Sue me.
I didn't. I found it kind of an offense. I didn't give a shit, honestly.
Yeah.
Never give Jack Jameson a mic ever again, quite frankly. But they were dorks. They got their asses kicked in 3 minutes. It came with spine busters all around for Hobbs.
Great
Shout out to
spinebuster
him.
cells on all the pledges. Great stuff, guys. They fucking put him through the mat. It was good.
Which, by the way,
Bro, the
this whole
thing is,
Death Fires
it's-
stuff has benefited Powerhouse Hobbs more than maybe anyone because he's been on TV consistently. He's been in big spots. He's the guy who was the big equalizer for the Trios Championship match. He was awesome in the arena. He's just been a total badass with the Hobbs. And thank God we replaced him. We replaced Hook with him. So fine,
Yeah.
cool.
The thing about
great.
the thing
Great
about
upgrade.
it is, bro. Thing about it is, I agree with Novi and Marcus in the sense that I could understand why people are like, man, the frat house, yeah. But like you said, we were talking about before the show, Novi, somebody was like, yo, this could have been a spot for this person. It's just like, yeah, I understand. It's not like the Joe Hendry thing in WrestleMania, guys. That was like actually pretty bad, and we should have shamed that. Because there was like eight niggas actively on the roster that could have been in that spot. Whereas in this spot, it's obviously a job match.
It's 3 minutes. They didn't go 15
It's
with
job-
them.
it's
It went
job
3
match.
3 minutes
minutes,
and 15
guys.
seconds. There it was.
It doesn't have to be this serious. This is the kind of thing where it's just
Yo,
like,
listen,
we treat it as life or death. It's not like that. It was just funny. It's fun to look at.
they pulled up to the building. They say, yo, where the frat house at? You 3 niggas, people are in town. We're in Texas. People are going to want to see Joe, Hobbs, and Shibata wrestle. You 3 niggas, go out there, 3 minutes, do your shtick before the match, and then we have this spot planned for Hobbs. Everybody's going to take a spine buster from Hobbs, and then we're going to go home. Like, that's all it was. They didn't say, yeah, you're going to go 15 minutes with the Hobbs. Nobody went 15 minutes, so it's like, well, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
The guys were like, yeah, they're not great in the ring at that kind of level, but they're good at what they did. It was fine.
No, this is not like
fine.
my thing with Swipe Right, where I think they should be NXT Tag Team Champions in the next 6 months. This is a
What
thing
are we
where
talking about?
I'm
Swipe
explaining-
right on this
This nigga
glorious
said swipe
program.
right. What the
Hold
me
on,
alone.
wait, no, this is not like them. This is an act where the whole idea obviously of the act is to be bad. This is a bad
They're
act.
Job Squad.
This is a really bad act.
Yeah.
This is a really bad act. This is a really bad, and there shouldn't have been discourse and fucking anger on the timeline over these niggas getting TV time, bro. It's a job match.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Grow up.
Get
Some,
over it.
sometimes you need job squads, and sometimes they can be fun. It is what
No,
it
because
is.
people misinterpret. No, the reason why I said what I said was people misinterpret like you being like, who cares? Like, who cares about that as, yo, we want more frat house minutes. And that's not what nobody is saying. Nobody is saying we need more frat house minutes. We're
Now,
just
hold
saying
on.
it's not that big a deal.
Now hold on just 1 second.
Oh, okay,
right,
okay,
like
okay.
nobody is
Now
saying we
hold
need more
on
frat
just
house
1 second.
We're just saying.
If we need a squash match, I'd give him a call. That's
No,
all
what
I'm saying.
That's
I'd
what I'm
give
saying.
him a call.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's walking around this bitch being like, yo, we need the frat house versus the Hurt Syndicate in a 15-minute match on Collision. This side, no.
They can go
no,
3
no.
though. That'd be a good match.
Yeah, exactly. They can go 2 to 3, and that's look, they can go 15 divided by 5. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Who you talking about giving them 15 minutes? Shut up, nigga. Shut up. But yeah, no, that's so. Just wanted to, but the ops came out and basically they did their fucking thing, bro. They whooped ass and they addressed the Hook storyline from Sunday, which I mean, who gives a fuck about that? I mean, never mind. My bad.
We're done with that.
Sorry, I forgot. We're still Hook fans.
No, we're not. No, we're not. He's terrible.
I think we're mature enough to move past Hook and realize Hobbs is so much of a better fit with these guys.
Hobbs is incredible. Rob,
which is exactly why they gave him like the big spotlight. Is to highlight, yo, we're good.
Yes, I agree with this. Rob, why are you a swipe right guy?
Because Rob has very funny tastes in
Because you're
wrestling
good.
sometimes.
Is Jackson Drake in that group, the Carolina guy?
Yes. Yeah, he's
good. I like him.
Yeah, they called it a tag team for like a minute, but then they were just like, fuck it, we're a group now.
I like that guy. He's a good little worker. I was just curious.
Yeah.
I don't mean to relitigate. Continue onwards. Powers Hobbs rules. He should be world champion one day.
Bro, he should be. Powerhouse Hobbs should win the singles championship in the next 2 years. That's what I feel like. He should win the singles championship in the next 2 years. I feel like I feel like he has improved drastically. He has improved. Yo, Wardlow, you see what we see with Powerhouse Hobbs? Yeah, this could have been you, bro. All you had to do was just apply yourself and like actually take advice from niggas on the internet and be like, yo, maybe you should do more cool moves. And maybe you would be like here, but instead you're sitting at home doing nothing. So
and Hobbs came back from a devastating knee injury, and he's as cool as ever. He looks as good as ever. And the agent
that
realized
nigga blew his knee out when I went to Dynamite. How long is that? How long has this quote unquote knee injury been a thing? He blew his knee out when I was at Dynamite. That was a whole year and a half ago.
Yeah, I saw Hobbs blow his out in a match with Mox that wasn't even like good, and he's a far better worker than he
ever
is.
Said, yo, nobody ever went on the internet and said, yo, Wardlow has a torn ACL. Wardlow has a Seth Rollins special of torn ACL, MCL, meniscus. No, nobody ever said that. So there's a reason Wardlow's not being used, and I'm not getting into that reason.
I'm ready to give him a shot on Collision.
Where?
Bro, like,
I'm ready to give him a go. Let's see what he's got in him these days.
Nothing.
Wardlow is at home swiping right. Okay, bro.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Anywho, back to toxic. Jamie Hayter came out to cut a promo. Basically was like, yeah, it fucking sucks. I lost a double or nothing, but hey, shit happens. And then and then all of a sudden, we got a debut. Tekla debuted, basically beat her up, hit her with a finish, and then did her weird spider thing and crawled off. Which was fire. She should do that more often. But yeah, that was fire. That whole thing was fire. Not really. She didn't really get a reaction, obviously, because not that many people know who Tekla is. But I'm willing to give her a shot. I know a lot of people who that actually kind of quote unquote watch Stardom to sit here and be like, actually, this Tekla's like really bad, and this is a really bad signing. But I'm like Novi said earlier, I'm really to give her a chance. So willing to give her a chance.
Some people just work better on American TV, and she has a cool look. She does some cool stuff that with the hard cam and stuff that could work. And the fact that a lot of people didn't really watch her that much, and their crowd didn't really know who she was. In the long run, that actually kind of might work in her favor and AEW's favor because she's more or less starting off with a clean slate. So people are more willing to be receptive of what she does. Now, granted, I did watch a lot of her Stardom. More Donna Del Mundo wrestling, less hate. Because that Idol Killer stuff was pretty bad. It wasn't great. So, more Donna Del Mundo stuff because she is a cool wrestler. She dresses really cool. Does really interesting stuff. I'll give it a shot. Jamie's in a feud immediately after losing a Double or Nothing instead of being off TV. So, cool.
Good stuff.
I'll give it a chance.
Totally agree.
Yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see what they do with Tekla in the coming months. AEW TNT Championship match. Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher. I enjoyed this, bro. I liked this match. I know everybody was sitting here like, Adam Cole, it's your death day. Adam Cole, it's your death day. But guess what, nigga? We don't hold championships under 100 days. So that just wasn't going to happen. But we faced Kyle Fletcher last night. It was a very fun match. I had a lot of fun watching this match. Kyle Fletcher, bro. Jesus Christ, Kyle Fletcher. Oh my God. Kyle Fletcher will be wrestler of the year in the next 5 years.
Big pro.
He will definitely be wrestler of the year in the next 5 years. He will definitely win most outstanding in the next few. If he doesn't win it this year. He's incredible, bro. He's incredible. That fucking powerbomb spot on the apron that was safely done like a pro. Didn't come out with any concussions or anything, and still had the internet shitting themselves. What a fucking pro Kyle Fletcher is. Oh my god, man!
Do it again, Kyle.
What a man! What a athlete!
This is very lucky, guys.
Um,
This is very lucky.
Aw, sometimes you
But
need luck.
we had it was very much lucky. Yes, it was very much.
Yes,
Yo,
it was.
Cole's
I thought
was
Adam
like-
Cole fucking died.
like-
I thought he was dead, bro.
this
I was
close.
really
Cole's
scared.
head was like this close. His head was this close to the apron, bro. It was about to be really bad. But and then Cole gets the upper hand. He's about to hit the last shot on
Oh!
on Kyle Fletcher, and then Josh Alexander runs out and basically is like, actually go fuck yourself. And he beats him up. This leading to Brody King coming out and saving Adam Cole from Josh Alexander. And then we go straight into our our main event, wrestling main event of the show, which was Brody King versus Josh Alexander. This match was really good. Yo, Josh Alexander, bro. I've told y'all, bro. I told y'all for years Josh Alexander was good, and everybody was like, "Oh, Rob just want to be different. Rob just has different opinions. Rob this, Rob that." But guess what? Josh Alexander coming to AEW, and now all he's having is fucking amazing matches on TV with Brody King, with everybody, bro. It's insane. What did you guys think about the back-to-back matches that took place on this show in the main
I ain't
event?
gonna lie. I thought Cole and Fletcher kind of fucking ruled. I ain't gonna lie. As a match, it was getting really good. They have shockingly great chemistry together. I didn't expect that at all. As much as I think Adam Cole is the singles guy in 2025,
There's a reason for that, Marcus. Very, very good reason for that. It's because Kyle Fletcher has chemistry with everyone.
yes, he gives everybody their best, or gives everyone like some of their best. Like Mark Briscoe, that series of matches was amazing. He had a great match with Shelton Benjamin. Obviously the Ospreay stuff. And then here with Adam Cole, it was a really good wrestling match.
Gave DG his best match in the last 9 months.
Yep, had a really good match with Okada in the C2 that he went over on actually. Yeah. And here, the way his heel work in the ring is just so good. If he feeds for people so well, and he knows to throttle it up and just be an absolute dick, and just try to kill people in the ring. And he fed well. He went at the right times and let Adam Cole get his super kick spots in, which. As much as I don't love Adam Cole, I really like his super kicks at times, especially on guys like Kyle who know how to sell it well. And the DQ finish was hilarious. He just saved Kyle's ass for no reason. He's like, y'all just put the call in on commentary, probably just like, yo, Josh, cut it.
That's the only part of the match that it's the only part of the match I didn't love. Like I don't like the idea that Fletcher could have been beat at any moment there. I would have much rather him just kind of have the advantage, you know what I'm saying? But I understand they want to make the champ look good. It's not really that big of a complaint. I mean, Kyle Fletcher looked incredible in there. He's looked incredible all year. This is the guy I want. If Hangman does win the title at All In, I want Fletcher to be the one to beat him. I think that's a good path to follow.
In the interim, they're going to do a program with this, obviously, because they did the whole backstage angle. Also, Adam Cole threatening to kill Kyle Fletcher was fucking hilarious because, like, brother, you were not killing him. Stop.
Yeah, I'm not one to comment on wrestlers' body types so much in the way some people do, but there was a little bit of a size disparity between the two that was very noticeable on television. That was
Mr. Cole, you were not blowing your gun.
There's just different builds. There's different builds, and Fletcher's a little bit bigger. I don't think he really has the smoke for Fletcher. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
No, but that match was actually quite good for what it was. And summer blockbuster, or hell, if they want to extend this shit to All In, whatever. But that belt's coming home to Big Proto God. Your day of execute, you had to stay in execution last night, Mr. Jenkins. we ain't calling the governor no more.
It's coming soon. And then Rob mentioned it too. The match that followed after the DQ, Josh Alexander, Brody King. These guys have like shockingly great chemistry, and I'm not one.
Each other in there.
TNA time.
Josh Alexander and TNA just in the wrong role, really, and I've come to terms with that. Like, he just wasn't. He's not meant to be a main event guy to carry a company. I don't think he has the gas for that sort of thing. But you put him in these kind of matches and these kind of settings as the second or the third. I mean, in a group, alongside 2 stars, and you give him matches like these. He hard way, but he bleeds like that. He looks sick as fuck.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like, yo,
been,
go
he's been
tag with
great.
Takeshita. Go 15 with Brody. Go 15 with Hangman. Hell, even go 15 with Takeshita when that shit, when the time comes for that. You know, just he's never going to be asked to be a world champion or a company flag bearer. They're never going to ask him to do that. So him just going out there and having these really cool matches is the best thing for him. He's a third or fourth option now. He's averaging a nice 18.5 instead of having to average 28 on like 43% shooting because the lane's clogged up and there's no one there to help him in TNA. So
I'm letting all the real niggas know TNA has just started. So make sure y'all go lock in.
You are a sick Negro. You know that?
You gotta be better than that, bro.
Please do better in the future. Anyway,
there's
match ruled. Brody
on,
King
man.
good. He's going on to the 4-way. That Gonzo bomb is fucking spectacular. They tried to work the arm spot.
Oh
and
my
Brody's
god, he
like,
almost
yeah,
killed him on the.
He almost murdered him on it.
It was great. Those look so good.
Brody
Oh my
King
lord,
great. Those Kenny Omega Brody King minutes in Fyter Fest. Oh baby.
those would be very sexual. Oh, that's good, Rob. Tonight on tonight's, I was just looking at TNA real quick. I was just curious to see what was on the show tonight. Just what you'll be tuning into. It's good stuff, dude. It's Ariana Grace and Santino Marella versus Robert Stone, and I think that's the
Santino was
Crimson
wrestling?
Chin, I think it is.
What in the world?
Yeah,
Wait,
he's
Santino's
wrestling.
wrestling? I thought Santino was never allowed to do that ever again.
Nope, he's wrestling. He's advertised. Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Hey, shout out to Brian Mai. Shout out Brian Mai. I like
Shout out to
Ibu's.
Brian Myers. Shout out
what
to
he
Brian
did on
Myers.
Worldwide. That's very funny. Then you have hold on. You have Mustafa Ali versus Raj Singh. Lock in, Rob.
Mustafa Ali, huh?
We have wait. Say that one more time.
Mustafa Ali versus Raj Singh.
Oh, you said Raj Singh. I thought you said Raj Desi. I was like, wait,
No.
what?
No, that would be a bigger thing.
That'd be fucking crazy.
Ash by Elegance in a singles match. I forget. I don't know how to say the name, but you know the former WWE talent. I forget her name there too, but yeah. Well, enjoy that, Rob. Hope you have fun. We might rewatch Brody King and Josh Alexander for the real. You know.
That was sick.
No,
That was
bro,
a sickening run now.
I'm like, yo, that Josh Alexander. The only thing that annoys me about Josh Alexander right now, currently, you got to show more aggression with that ankle lock, brother.
Yep.
You got to
always
show
been
a
a
lot
problem
more, bro. You got to be spitting. You got to be fucking. Your face has to be. Your head has to be. Your bald fucking skull has to be red. You gotta have veins popping out and shit. You gotta be like tap. We gotta hear you tap, motherfucker. Tap. You gotta do that, bro.
Give me that ankle. I will snap this shit today. Like shit.
Yo, Kurt Angle literally legitimately used to be like, oh, I will fucking break it if you don't fucking tap out right fucking now. And they used to just catch it on pay-per-view. You just catch it. So you gotta. That's the one thing I have to say about Josh Alexander currently in his current form. But with that being said, y'all, Brody King qualified to the match next week at Fyter Fest. No, in 2 weeks, excuse me, at Fyter Fest, because forgot that's June 9th. Like I was saying though, when it comes to this tournament, to see who was facing Kenny Omega in this 4-way, I kind of figured it was going to be Brody King, seeing as how it's an international title. We're going to put 2 Canadians in this, and Brody did need his win back. So, very much glad that this happened and this took place. Fletcher was basically like, yo, I don't need nobody's fucking help. I don't know why. I don't know who made that call. I should be the TNT champion. And Adam Cole pulled up on him. They started whooping each other's ass. Basically, that whole situation is not done. I honestly see Kyle Fletcher winning the championship at All In. If he doesn't win it, if they don't have a rematch at like Fyter Fest or something, then I see him winning it at All In.
If they send to All In, just have Cole just wrestle the whole Cows family. Like wrestle Lance Archer next.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
And then, of course, before we get into these super chats in the program, we got our main event of the show. We got our main event of the program. Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm went out there and sold their all-in match.
Hell yeah.
These two women are incredible, like just incredible. They command the presence of like the entire room every time they walk in. It's insane. Like Mercedes and Toni Storm, I don't think any women in the company besides like Willow, maybe Stat, get bigger reactions than them, or get reactions as big as them, let alone bigger reactions.
No one gets bigger. No one gets.
I don't think any woman in this promotion gets bigger reactions than those two. They went out there, they talked their shit. Let's see, I'll show you here. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but basically she was just like, I now stand here as the greatest TBS and Rev Pro champion of all time. It is the greatest winner of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament.
Which is a fact.
She said, wait, what did you say?
I was like, which is a fact because look at the list of winners. Yeah.
Right. So then she says, she goes, she boldly compared herself to favorably to legendary wrestlers, declaring legends like Owen Hart and my idol Eddie Guerrero, they don't even compare to the greatness of Mercedes Moné. Toni Storm came out after the fact. She basically was like, hello, Mercedes. I've waited so long for you. 441 days ago, you arrived in All Elite Wrestling. You have never spoken to me. What took you so long? Storm emphatically laid out her dedication to her title, stating, I have lived for this, I've cried for this, I have bled for this, and I have died for this. The exchange grew intensely personal with Moné highlighting her global dominance. She said, I have beaten all of the best from all over the world, including Mexico, Japan, and England, and now it all in Texas. All in Texas, I'm bringing it home. She said, Tony, darling, no, they skipped like a part of this that I wanted to quote. They just didn't put it in this. She was basically like, back when me and you were in WWE, you were this young naive girl just going around doing your thing. But now, like, you're Toni Storm. People know who you are. You're not just the girl that was backstage at NXT or doing NXT and SmackDown anymore. So yeah, and then she was like, Tony, darling, not even your hips are wide enough for the Monet train. To which Storm ominously replied, I sincerely believe that you are the greatest of all time, but unfortunately for you, I happen to be timeless. And then her Mercedes' music kicked off, or I think, then Mercedes left the ring. She started dancing on the stage while Toni Storm danced in the ring, and Dynamite went off the air.
Yeah, because they did the whole handshake thing, and Mercedes pulled her in for the moneymaker. She countered, tried putting her in for the Storm Zero.
Oh yeah. They don't. With this AEW, I'm on the AEW site for the recap, right? Bro, they just skip a lot of details. Like they skip a lot of details about their own program. Because I completely forgot about that whole physical interaction that they had where they were doing the finishers and shit. So yeah, but what did you guys think of this before we get into the super chats?
Shit was blockbuster. That's the only word you can really describe this. Like these are the two biggest stars in the entire division. Not even the division, the entire company, damn near. And they came out there, and the crowd treated like a big deal. The wrestlers themselves treated like a big deal. Hell, Tony was actually breaking character a lot during those bars. Like she was breaking. Like damn, we really finna do this. And like we have that part of the whole thing down because they've done a great job of treating both women's and Owens winners and the title matches they're coming all in as massive deals. This is just a blockbuster of super fight between the two biggest stars, and the crowd is sold on it. The rest of themselves are sold on it. Like they sold this very, very well. And there's actual real personal stuff they can really get into, which they kind of alluded to in a lot of the times where we both got our flowers, and it was like the Mae Young Classic and then Evolution, all that type of stuff. And then they left and to be who they actually can be and the stars that they deserve to be, in which in both cases is extremely true. Because Tony was always a great wrestler, but like that run on SmackDown was fucking horrendous. They were doing her dirty, and then she just said, "Fuck this, I'm out of here." And I think her last match, or like one of her last interactions, was with Mercedes, who, if I'm not mistaken, actually ended up walking out herself not that long after.
Mhm.
So there was a lot of true shit there that they both said. Like they both became like the best versions of themselves the minute they got out of there. They're in AEW now. This is an AEW feud. They've defined themselves in AEW. I'm so excited for this match. Whether main events or not, time will tell. I assume Hangman and Mox will, because I think Heyman's gonna win that. But if you want a main event with this, I would not be upset.
Yeah,
I'd actually be quite ecstatic if it did it.
you kind of covered a lot of the broad points of the promo. I regardless of how it went, regardless of performances, they got the tone right, and that's all you can really ask for. Sometimes they sold it as the big match. They made you believe that both these women were the biggest stars in the company. That's all I want to see. When it comes to the main event, I've stayed pretty consistent on this. If Mox is going to retain, this should main. If he's not, it shouldn't. It's really that simple. So yeah, I really appreciated the tone they went with. I appreciated these two women came across so well. I'm really looking forward to the match. Really looking forward to see how this plays out too. Like you said, Marcus, there's a lot of they didn't touch on, but they kind of hinted at. I'm curious to see what they get into, or whether or not they get into some big brawling like Mercedes and Jamie did, or they keep it more grounded. I'm looking forward to it. We're setting the floor with this one.
And I'm really excited for what Mercedes has been doing recently, because a lot of her segments, a lot of stuff she's done on TV, it's felt a lot more like a professional wrestling angle every time she's out there.
Yes.
It's exactly what she needs. I mean, we all know Mercedes Moné is not the greatest promo in the world. I think she kind of proved it on Dynamite, but it's not really the point. You know, she's good at selling a match, and she was good at selling the match, regardless of her performance. She sold you a ticket on the match. And that's all you can really ask for, especially like that's what she's been doing. Like you said, Marcus, the Statlander rematch, the Jamie match, she was focused on that kind of thing. It provides a lot of it just provides a nice direction for her to follow.
Yeah, and she's with someone who, in terms of star power in AEW, is her equal. In not some cases, a little bit more of a star in some ways. So they felt like a giant boss battle where it's going to be great, and they're going to get into even more of this stuff as the weeks go on. I'm really excited to see how deeper they go into this, and how much they actually end up wrestling too, which would actually be a fun development. I think Tony probably will. She definitely will, because every time she's on TV, she's either cutting a promo or she's doing like some eliminator or some type of board or whatever, or some tag match. I think they'll involve Mina in this somehow, some way. And she'll do some tag stuff for her on the side while also building up to this. So we'll see.
I'm very excited.
All right, guys.
And this Drew too. Also,
Dynamite. Wait, what?
And the second actually was the highest quarter of the entire show. I will add
2 stars.
Heh. Even the world champion still can't. Even the world champion still can't draw over the women's world champion or any world champion outside of the promotion. It's kind of crazy. Let's get that belt on Hangman Page very soon, huh? Let's get that. Wait, first of all, let's get that world belt out of the briefcase and let's get it back on world Hangman Page.
Hey, that's not like a belt, Rob. When's the last time you seen it?
Oh, nigga, they had a nigga with a sign in the crowd saying we have it with the world championship on like a missing on like a milk carton or some shit. Like it was like a missing person report.
From that guy
since October 12th, 2014, since Wrestle Dream.
Crazy.
That's fucking. That's yo. Like, do people not understand? Like the people who unironically like enjoy this Jon Moxley shit. Like they think it's good. They see no problems with it. Like these are the people I'm talking to when I ask this. Do people not think that's a problem? Like, do people not think that's a real deal issue that the AEW World Championship has not been seen since October 12th, 2024?
That's actively crazy. Like, I'll say this, in the end game of this storyline, the desperation part of it is working, even though it's still not great. And it's better that the actual like top baby faces of this company are involved, and like we're not dealing with Orange Cassidy and Garcia and them. Trying to get that belt out, but still, I want to see that belt, buddy. Most beautiful belt in wrestling. I want to see it. It's been 7 months. I ain't
seen that belt since it was around Bryan Danielson's waist, bro.
Like last person that held that belt in front of everybody was Marina Shafir.
Like, and I ain't seen Bryan Danielson since I seen the belt.
Like, I want to see that belt, big bro.
Crazy times.
All right. Let's get into some super chats. Remember, guys, this is your last opportunity to get into some super chats because Novi has to go soon. Let's start with a super chat about Novi. Novi, before you go, what are your top 5 cheeses?
So I did happen to see this super chat when it passed by, and I do have a legitimate list for you that I've put together. At number 5, the classic. It goes on a lot of different things. The cheddar. It's just you're gonna have a nice grilled cheese with that. It's good base. Cheddar cheese is good. It's at number 5. Number 4, cream cheese. Now I know it's not for everyone, but a cream cheese bagel just hits different. Very special.
Talk.
Very special. Number 3, I have feta cheese. This is also very polarizing, but you put this in a rice bowl, put this on top of a gyro or something like that. It's fucking tremendous. So good. The tangy feta cheese, great stuff. Number 2, mozzarella. This is the base cheese. I'm using this on everything. If there's mozzarella cheese around, I'm using it. It's just fantastic. Always good in any kind of Spanish dishes, any kind of American dishes. Doesn't matter where the fuck you put it on. It's tremendous. At number 1, this might be controversial to some. It's not for me. Pepper jack cheese is elite. I like a little bit of kick to my cheese.
Big Novi. Let's go.
I like when my sandwiches have a little bite to them. A nice pepper jack will provide that bite.
This man came prepared with the cheeses and everything. I see you.
What a beast. What a beast. Thank you for the super chat, Chi-Town Spurs, and thank you, Novi, for listing out your top 5 cheeses. Hashtag white boy challenge. You will be missed, Novi. No, definitely. Novi's not dying. He's under 360. He's not dying.
Yeah, there's a lot of people acting like I'm dead, by the way, at the end of this stream. I'm very much around on a lot of places, but I do appreciate how we're doing lore right now. We're keeping kayfabe.
Yeah, so Chi-Town Spurs, $5. Ricochet mentioned the crew like 5 times in that promo, but I think Lee Johnson and Blake Christian would fit a potential group for him far better. Yes, because while I do like the crew and the crew are super nerds, Blake Christian and Lee Johnson are all like have actual like heel heat. But I do think by putting the crew with him and giving them some time to like gather that heat, I think that, like I said earlier, trickle down heat. I think the heat could trickle down from Ricochet to the crew, and they can start getting the same reactions as him instead of dead silent. So, Johnny Bernie, $1.99 makes sense. Novi last review involves the frat house.
How do these things connect, guys? How do these things?
He told y'all to cry.
Good jobbers. Shout out the frat house. Princess Diana, $5. I would not tolerate this hater slander.
Accent, please.
I would not tolerate this hater slander if I was still alive.
Well, you're not alive, so
you're not.
You know.
So Mavs fan 84, $1.99. How sick would Speedball versus Healthy Danielson?
Take my money.
Be very sexual.
Oh my god. Laredo just did a crazy flip. But anyways.
He's actually watching the fucking show. Good God.
Oh yeah, I'm locked.
Rob is locked into some of the most wild wrestling you will ever hear in your life.
The Knicks are on right now.
Shout out my nigga Laredo. Johnny Bernie, $1.99. Novi, name 3 best rappers. No Eminem, Ye, NF, MGK.
This I did not see. I did not come prepared for a top 3 best rappers. See, I'm looking around, thinking with my brain. I think Kendrick is my number 1, pretty handedly. Number 2, things get tough because I just don't know. Like I haven't like a lot of people would say like 50 Cent and stuff like that, and I just haven't discovered the discography. I haven't discovered all that kind of stuff. So like I'm more like a modern day kind of rapper guy. I've always loved Travis. I've always loved Cole. I've always enjoyed those kind of guys. I've always enjoyed
shout out to Cole.
Tyler, but Tyler has non-rap albums, that kind of thing. The one thing I'll tell you, I'll sum it all up. Kendrick is number 1. There's no one that is better than Kendrick. And anyone who puts Drake on their list is lying to yourself, by the way.
I'm shocked you didn't go full hipster and say like MF Doom or like Mike or some shit or Earl Sweatshirt.
Oh, I love MF Doom. I very much enjoy MF Doom.
Matt Villainy, one of the best albums ever.
You'll talk about food. That's one of the best ever too. It's good shit. Nobody likes
All
Fiend.
right.
You know what's actually funny about Fiend? I listened to that multiple times because when Travis did the tour for that album, I went to it. We were the very first show. I remember being so excited about it. If that shit played right now, I'd be devastated. So it hit that. It's in that sicko mode territory, which just got overplayed. Happens.
That's the problem, bro. Like WrestleMania, especially during WrestleMania season, bro. When they get a theme, bro, they will like, yo, I hate My House because of it. I hate what's that song? Give me the green light, because I hate that fucking song. There's another song. There's two other songs they did for Mania 35, 34, and 35 that I fucking hate, bro. Because all they used to do during WrestleMania season is play My House over and over and over and over, and I was just like, bruh, can't
Was
we
that era where they
please
played The
get to
Weeknd back to
Dallas
back?
already? You said what?
That era where it was The Weeknd as the official song like 2 straight years.
Bro, he's still the theme. He's been the theme for 5 years. Like,
Brother. Enough.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you for the super chat. Logic $2. I'm going to miss my biggest fan. Oh,
It's okay. I'll be around.
Huge fan of Logic.
Yeah, got some new releases that have been coming out as of late on the side quest projects. Good stuff. We're
You saw the Rubik's Cube for Big Logic.
It's not really modern day sounds, but still fun. You know, just shout out.
All right, the last super chat of the day. Bam, $5. Hangman FC. We will not be burnt again. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Jag Stadium will not be safe. Sorry, Marcus.
How do those
Hey,
things
we ain't
connect?
gotta do that. Whoa, hold on. We ain't gotta do that.
No. I feel like that's good. I feel like that's a good thing. The less in the NFC South, the better.
Oh, okay, Saints fan.
Huh? What happened?
You know exactly what happened.
Rob likes the fucking Saints, bro. All right. Terrible.
But that is the end
South,
of
huh?
this. That is the end of the super chats, bro. That is the end of the super chats. I know Novi has to get out of here in about 7 minutes. And not too much on the Saints exactly, bro. Like, when was the last time Jags touched the chip? Quickly, smelt the chip.
Okay, bro. Okay. We've both gotten around this. So we both gotten close to winning a Super Bowl like around the exact same time. Last time we was in that position, first and foremost.
You know what the crazy part is too, Rob. You're gonna be in hell for about a decade getting out of this cap situation. So I hope you're ready for that.
At least I have hope.
Yeah, your team isn't gonna be good for the next decade. About so.
I'm stuck with not wide receiver room. I'm stuck with a quarterback room of Tyler Shuck. Who else is in that bitch? Tyler Shuck,
Spencer
Radler, and like 2 other niggas that are garbage. So all my money is going into Spencer Radler.
At least I got Travis Hunter and I got Brian Thomas Jr. I got Trevor.
Hold on for a second. Tyler Shuck is not that bad. He'll be fine, I'm sure.
Bro, I looked up this nigga's highlights. The only highlights I've seen of this nigga were like touchdown passes that were like on the goal line.
He can't stop scoring.
I was like, bro, are we dead ass? I was like, yo, are we only short pass niggas around here? I saw like 3 long passes that weren't touchdowns, but they were like 3 long passes. I was like, yo, why? There should be more of these touchdowns. There should be more of what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be tough when you don't have Bryce Young.
26-year-old development QB, brother. He was Justin Herbert's backup quarterback. He was Justin Herbert's backup quarterback. The nigga that's been the quarterback for the Chargers like 4 years now, by the way. But I digress.
I'm pretty sure this man was in the same recruiting class as Trevor Lawrence, bro.
Don't get me mad. But all in all, y'all, this is a great Dynamite review. Novi's not leaving completely, but he'll be around. He'll be around. So don't worry, he'll be around. Guys, before we get out of here, does anyone have anything they need to plug?
You're raising his hand?
Go ahead.
Okay, I just had to be called on. I just want to be called on. Look, if you guys have enjoyed me on the Dynamite review over the past couple months, I make YouTube videos all the time. YouTube.com/@Noviak. You'll find me every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. EST. We've been joined by Rob in the past. We were joined by Marcus a lot of the time. Those are live streams. We have new videos every Saturday. Always talking graps about AEW, about New Japan, about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. It's always there. I have a Twitter. It's on screen right now. Make sure to go follow that. I'm always tweeting about graps as well. And then, of course, if you want to see the most content that I produce, at Late Night Grin on YouTube, we will be live at 9 p.m. Eastern time very shortly for a Action Dean 2 Grin Along, where we've decided to boot it all up as a family and check out that show. So if you guys want to continue to support me past this, then make sure to check out the YouTube, check out Late Night Grin, check out the Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Please, bro, guys. Everything that we do with this Dynamite review. All right, guys, we do for you. You know what I mean? We don't, guys, we don't really have to, go out of our way to talk about Dynamite every week. But you guys show up and you love to listen to us talk about Dynamite, and we love talking about Dynamite for you. So, Marcus, do you have any plugs besides? I know you're gonna be. I don't know if you're gonna be on the Grin Along in like 2020, but did you have any plugs you wanted to get across before we get up out of here?
I would just like to say this is a nice, happy, like miniature write-off for old Novi over here. He's been nothing but a loyal soldier since he signed the 360 deal. So shout out to him, shout out his YouTube channel, shout out to what we do on LNG. I would just like to note that last week when we did the watch along for Double or Nothing, Charlie showed up back to work. And she decided to leave right before the main event, so she ain't a good soldier. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. Anyway, shout out, Chuck.
Shout out to Chuck.
Wimp.
No, that ass. Like, yeah, I'm about to make Chuck don't know. Is she coming back to work?
Yo, PTO was up.
Exactly. But yeah, no, guys. Thank you guys for showing up to the Dynamite review. Favorite Call of Duty. I know there was a question. I gotta ask a question. Favorite Call of Duty. I don't know really. I like Black Ops 6. I was really good at Vanguard. I was very good at Vanguard. Might be Modern Warfare 2 Remastered though. I was godly at that game. Oh my god, I was godly at that game. But
favorite COD ever, and you just said multiple CODs from the last 5 years. That's disgusting.
Oh no, it's probably Modern Warfare 2 because I was really good at that game. I was very good at that game for whatever reason. But yeah, no. So shout out to Call of Duty. Call of Duty good. Still good in the good year of 2025. With that being said, guys, for myself, from Marcus, and from Novi, we will see you guys very soon.